Hello and welcome to 20 Years a Migrant, a podcast about life in the UK. Today's topic, house sharing. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Hi. So that's MK. He's our guest this week. And I am Lawrence, or LawrieBlaz.
And I'm NyariClaire.
Yeah, so this is 20 Years a Migrant. We talk about life in the UK. Okay. Yeah, so today's topic is house sharing.
Or housemates.
Housemates, is it?
Yeah, housemates.
Yeah. So the thing is... maybe MK, can he introduce himself? What can you say about MK?
I can say I've been through quite a few housemates.
Okay, how long have you been in the UK? Let's start with that bit.
All right. I think it's coming up to 19 years this year.
19 years. Okay, yeah. That's a long time, get it? Yeah, so you're here for the Olympics, isn't it? That's our cutoff for a guest. Like were you here before the Olympics? Then
because the title is 20 Years a Migrant because both myself and Laurie have been here 20 years.
For the Olympics, mate.
Yeah.
We were there getting ready.
Yeah, too right. But anyway, so the thing about living in the UK is there's a lot of is it house sharing? You can say there's a lot of house sharing. We had to share houses. Is it lodging? Can you call it lodging?
No, not lodging. Just renting. You're renting, but
renting. Yeah, you rent a room. You can rent a room or share a house with other people, and mostly they are strangers, and it's just potluck who you live with. Okay, so for me, the first time I moved out of my brother's house, I moved to a place called Camberley, in the box room of a house. What I remember is that these two elderly men, and one of them was, it wasn't. Yeah, there was one elderly man, and the other guy was this Asian guy who used to take really, really, really long showers. Like really, really, really long, right? So my first day, I want to go to work. When is this guy getting out of the shower? I couldn't leave the house without showering. I just couldn't. It made me so nervous.
But I don't know, man. You can't do that when you live with people, though. That's
right?
Was it just the two of you?
No, there were three of us.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Because then he leaves you at a conundrum because how do you broach the subject? Like,
you know what? After the first day, right, that evening, he did himself. He was like, you know what? I take long showers. What time do you want to shower?
Oh, okay.
He knew himself. He was aware.
At least he acknowledged that. Because, listen, do you wait for it to happen 3 times? Do you wait just the first time? Do you wait for a whole week of you being late for work before you say, you know what? Let's have a chat about what's happening scheduling for the bathroom, in the morning.
Yeah, so honestly, the very first day I moved in, the first morning, I'm like, hang on, I want to shower. So yeah, he just took forever. But then he brought it up. And then because somehow in that place, right, it was sort of temporary. People were not living for a long time. And then he left, and then there came a Scottish guy. Look, I'm still fresh from Zim, right? I'm speaking to this guy from Glasgow. Did I understand the thing? It was more like, huh? And then he would try to soften it for me, but I was just, in
the Glaswegian accent. In a personal setting, it's a little bit better, but I had that problem when I was at work and I couldn't understand the guy, but I needed to work with him. Yeah, so I get you. The accent is quite difficult to understand.
But now I do.
I think it's just time and exposure. Because me, I remember when I first came, I was living in Birmingham. I couldn't understand anything on the bus, man. Or the shops. You try to do any meaningful conversation, you just end up, confused.
Yeah. Yeah. What about yourself? You guys were like, what is your early memories for housemates?
My first housemate, obviously, when I moved, I was sharing with my brother. Yeah. So, and it was just family all throughout. And then his missus came, and then he sat us down and said, guys, you guys need to leave.
I've got a wife now.
I've got a wife now. You guys need to leave. There was 3 of us, 4 of us, living in the house. And then the missus came, making it 5. And yeah. So anyway, we left. Yeah, so 3 had to leave. So I left and I shared with my brother, but that was just still house sharing. Then he had to go to Zim. And I found this place, but I needed a housemate. And I remember walking around in town, shopping, and I met this girl that I had gone to school with, Anne. And I was like, oh my God, Anne, and then she was like, oh, and she was just telling me all about her problems, whatever. And she was like, I'm actually looking for a place to stay. I was like, thank God, because I'd heard horror stories about finding random people to share with. So I was like, just happy to find someone at least I kind of know, but not intimately or anything like that, but that one was we had no issues when we were sharing. It was brilliant. Even up to now, I'm now her son's godmother.
All right.
So it's a really good, house sharing story for me. That was my first one. But then our landlord then decided to chuck us out and gave us a month's notice. So she moved in with her then boyfriend, who's now her husband. Yeah. And I had to randomly find people to share with. And that was my first experience. Oh my gosh, that wasn't...
The random people.
Yeah. So there was one Polish lady, there was an Asian guy and a white girl.
Yeah.
The Polish lady would just cook. She was always cooking for us. She was very nice.
That's all right.
Yeah. The Asian guy, I just can't remember the names now. That's the unfortunate bit. But yeah, the cleanliness was lacking in that house, and yeah, that was my main worry, really, the cleanliness.
Yeah, for me, like if the kitchen is clean and the toilets are clean, I don't care what you do in your room.
Yeah, but the kitchen wasn't clean and the toilet wasn't clean.
Just respect public areas.
Right? Yeah.
But anyway, I have a question. I have a question for Nyari though, but I think it's just because I'm just curious, Maku.
Okay.
So you said you were living with your brother, and then he got married,
Yes.
and then 3 of you guys had to go.
Yes.
Obviously, getting married is not an event, as in, you wake up one day and you're married. There's the looking for a wife, finding a wife, going to their family, bringing the cows, bringing your sisters and your brothers whilst you bring the cows.
Okay, all right.
What were you waiting for?
Now you're
Did you see it coming?
No. Now you're trying to put my brother's business out there. Okay.
No. This is not your brother's business. What I'm really asking, if I was to ask the question, is you guys should have at least known you're going. Did you know you were going to go at some point, or you had to go? This is me trying to make your brother out to be the good person.
To be honest with you, MK.
You thought she was joining you.
To be honest with you, I did not think I was leaving that house.
You're like, okay, the more the merrier.
Anyways, I'm sorry. Anyways, that's all I was gonna ask.
I was here first. She's coming into my space, even though the house wasn't mine. I mean, like my brother had already bought the house. So it wasn't like we're sharing the house or whatever. It was his house.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It all came as a shock to you. But that's all I'm gonna ask. We're not gonna go further into that.
The signs were there, but you were like, I don't see it. I'm legally blind.
Ignoring all the flags.
All the flags. and then he had to tell you, like, guys, okay, can't you see? It's pretty obvious here now. Right? It can't be the 5 of us in this house.
Yeah, so in that house, it was myself, my brother, my 2 brothers, my cousin brother, and myself. Yeah.
Hey, but
you're comfortable.
Oh, we're comfortable. Yeah, so we just thought, that kind of thing. But yeah.
And MK, and yourself, were you the first place you moved to Bayo?
I mean, my first housemate was when I was first year in uni, innit? Because Mans was living good with parents.
Right.
Up until I had to go to uni. I don't remember much about this guy. I just remember he was Polish. He had just come over from Poland for uni as well, and I was on the first floor, and he was on the ground floor.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. It's just the two of you, was it?
Just the two of us.
That sounds luxurious for students.
And normally there was no issues up until I did anything in my room. When I say anything, I mean as in if I walk from the door to the desk, or if I play any music, or if I do anything, he'd knock his ceiling with the broom or something. every day, every time, without fail.
You're walking around like Hulk, man.
Yeah, and then this was me not even being noisy. So imagine when you start being noisy, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to happen, yeah.
And then the most awkward thing was, after he's done this, right, we're going to have to meet in the kitchen or in the corridor or by the door.
Communal areas.
Communal
just the
areas.
two of you.
Yeah. My guy would just act like nothing ever happened. MK, there was no noise. I didn't do the broom. So I was just they're confused as in, what's going on? Yeah, because,
It was gaslighting you. Now you're thinking, am I hearing things?
You gotta be able to own up and speak to me man to man about it.
Yeah.
But his chosen method of communication was the broom. on the ceiling.
Maybe you wait for you when you go upstairs and start knocking on the broom, like decode this. It was Morse code, wasn't it? Like
just
what does it mean?
Have a little bit of courage. Just come up to me and say, MK, your noise levels are too much or something.
Yeah. I think for me, like the communication, like I never had horrible housemates, did I? Okay, my weird experience was one time we were raided by the border police. Right? And we were all arrested. What they did is they were looking for this couple that I was living with, right? They were sharing a house with. And they had fake documents, like they had driver license from France and Germany, and they had to search everyone to make sure that we're all not all dodgy. So what happened is, like, it was around 5 a.m. We knock on the door. I woke up, then I saw them standing at the door, like, oh, what's happening? It's like, it's the police outside. Then I said, well, we have to open the doors. I said, don't open the doors. Like, they're not gonna go away. You think the police are gonna say, all right, no one is here, all right then.
There's nobody home. Let's go back.
There's nobody. Let's go back. They came in 5 a.m. for a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they knew it was a Saturday as well.
If this was a friendly chat, they would have come in social hours. You know what I mean?
And you know what? There are two officers climbing the fence at the back of the house as well.
Yeah.
You could see them. All right.
These guys are not just going to say there's nobody home. Okay.
Right. So then I opened the door. Yeah, this shouting police that you see on TV, right? And then I was wearing shorts without a shirt. Yeah, under arrest, right? But I wasn't put in handcuffs. I was under arrest, sitting on a sofa, right? And then they went searching the rooms, and so what I did is I think they put handcuffs on these two guys, and then they said to me, "You are now de-arrested." I was so relieved, man. Because my things were not okay at that time. Let's just say that, right?
But, they also had to make it clear to you because, you might have gone on and spent the next few days thinking you're still under arrest. Yeah. So exactly. I respect people that communicate well.
Oh yeah, because it was so strange, right? Because these two, when they were set, right, they put in handcuffs. The guy said, because he was much older than his wife, then he goes, "Sorry, officer, can I give you a kiss?" It was so awkward because he was the cause. He was the one who got into this fake identity stuff. He was the one who got into this, right? And so they all went to prison. But I did visit the wife because she was a nice person. The guy, I never went to see him because I didn't like him. I did visit the wife. So afterwards, she went back to Kenya. And then I know the woman, she left the guy. She's in France now. That's what I heard. And now she speaks English with a French accent, which is weird.
Congrats to her managing to get a European visa with a criminal record.
Right?
right, yeah. Oh,
She's probably in a better place now, having left, Brexit
maybe,
and all.
Maybe, she has used to, maybe she's not even using a real name now. You never know. She's someone else.
Yeah. Finally, they upgraded their processes, in it, moving undetectable.
Yeah.
But I just have to say, I'm speculating, just to avoid any doubt. But me, I've had weird housemates.
Proper weird.
Okay.
Like off the rockers weird. Sometimes when weird things have happened so often, you have to ask yourself, could it be a possibility that I'm the weird one?
One of those.
Yeah, because I had weird housemates in second and third year of uni.
Yeah.
The one in third year, I don't even remember her. But I just remember she was weird. Then I moved. After uni, I came back home. Then I stayed for 2 years, and then I moved out. I was living with like 5 housemates at the time. 4 or 5. 4 or 5. I think 4 or 5. I think there was 5 of us all together. Weird stuff happened there.
You keep saying weird stuff.
Right?
Details.
Okay, I'm waiting. You've been saying weird stuff.
All the weirdnesses.
Yeah.
It has to be the highlight. I was living in... I was living really close to the French Channel.
You're so traumatized.
I was living really close to the French Channel. But anyway, this housemate of mine she would find dead animals, squirrels, crows.
What?
And she'd bring them home. For whatever reason she was doing it. Yeah.
Was she cooking them? Was she skinning them?
No, I think she was using them for some arty type project, which is fine. As in, you're allowed to do whatever you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
Was it you, Lawrence, who said, as long as you keep it in your bedroom?
Yeah.
Was this girl not storing her dead animals in the communal fridge?
Oh.
Wait. In the communal fridge where you have your cheese and your milk and your...
where you've got your cling film desserts and my veggie in there, and my girl is still putting her dead squirrel in the fridge.
Oh my God.
Was she at least covering them up in some plastic that you can't see what it was?
What, in bin bags?
Or something that you couldn't see what it was. Like,
fam, no, you just open and you'd see it in there like, oh, okay. But
what was your first reaction? Your first ever reaction when you saw that?
Nah, it's wild. You almost think this is it. I'm getting bewitched.
Wait, who moved in first? Was it you, or did you move in when she was there, or you came later? Because if she came later and was doing it, right, then that's very bold. That's very bold.
No, man, I moved in first because I remember I was the first housemate to get in there.
All
so
right.
Everybody else came after me.
Okay.
Right.
Because when I moved in, I had the pick of the rooms as in which one I wanted.
Ah, right. Okay, so that was nice.
We all came in around the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think it's for me, like I always shared houses with white people, except for the one Asian guy. The oldest one was so I moved this guy, right? It was a flat. He was always having an attitude with there was a neighbor. He always an attitude which I didn't quite understand. So one day I saw him go out, and then I saw him like walking behind the house with the flat on the ground floor behind the flat. I wonder where he was going. Like it's around 8-9 in the evening. Where are you going behind the flat? It's dark there. There's nothing there. So he came back and I said, "What were you doing?" And then he showed me a video. He was filming the neighbors next door. Yeah, he was filming the next door, right?
That is strange.
You know what? So the guy next door was this British guy with this Czech girlfriend. This guy was Czech as well. My housemate was Czech. The Czech girlfriend, it was his ex-girlfriend. She left him and moved next door. He was so pissed off, right? That he would. So he was saying, I'm checking this video so that I can send it to his parents to let them know, look what their daughter is doing. I was like, what? Right? So
were they explicit videos? What kind of videos
no, just
were
them
these?
sitting next. He was next door. We were in number 2. She moved into number 3. She left the guy at number 2, going to number 3.
No, I mean the videos that he was taking.
No, just them sitting. No, just them sitting in the lounge. Nothing explicit. Just to say, look at they chilling with this British man, right? So these guys, they never got along, and because we didn't have Wi-Fi in our flat. That neighbor gave me his Wi-Fi access, but this guy didn't have access. He allowed me. He authorized me access. Well, right. So I had Wi-Fi in this house. It was just next door, right? And then, they didn't even look at each other and nothing like that. It was just so awkward. But now I spoke to them both. After a while, the Czech girl disappeared. So,
she didn't like the drama. It must have been the drama.
Well, what happened is, so one time we were drinking Becherovka, this Czech drink, outside, it's nice in summer. This guy comes, the guy number 3 comes out. He's just talking, he's just having a chat. And I was like, where is so and so? Like, oh, she left. She left him for her boss.
Her boss?
Yeah. So the Czech girl went from number 2 to number 3 and then to her boss, right? So this guy was regretting, like, oh, I wish I'd left him with Marek. She's so much. This guy was crying. And if I tell you his job, right, he was crying over this girl. His job was he worked for the bomb squad for the army. And I'm like, oh, so he got. It was just so bizarre, like. Next door, So still, this guy was happy that she's left, but he was my guy Marek. He was happy that she's left him.
Yeah.
But he was happy that it was sad, but she's left, but she didn't come back to him. I was like, what is this cocosity that I'm watching? It was just a really, really bizarre thing. And then the other couple thing. You remember? Oh, you know my friend.
Yeah.
Which friend?
I can't remember the names.
No
that
names.
One. Yeah.
But my friend, she started seeing this guy. So in our house, initially I was just me and my landlord. We were just the 2 of us. He left. Then I was by myself. And then my friend came and started living with me. So there were 3 bedrooms, just 2 of us. So another guy came, right? So but now my friend had a boyfriend, a new boyfriend. Right. So another Scottish guy came to live with us, to live in the small thing, the small bedroom. The first day this guy comes, I'm sitting in the lounge with him to watch TV. My friend comes from work. They go upstairs with the boyfriend, and all we can hear is, they were doing the dance of the bouncing buttocks, right? What am I doing now? I'm turning the volume up, right? I'm turning the volume up, right? Because the boyfriend would go, okay, sorry. But it was just like, bruh, come on. It's 6 p.m. It's 6 p.m. Do it at like 11 or something. And with a new housemates. What I didn't want is for this guy to leave. I was turning the volume up. And this guy didn't understand why I'm turning the volume up while he's trying to get to know me. It's his first day. Someone tried to talk to you. Right? He was very chatty, this Scottish guy, very, really chatty. I'm thinking, oh, please. Afterwards, they come down and say, hey, how you doing? All right. I'm thinking, I know what you've been doing. Don't shake my hand. No! Oh, my God. It was just, I don't know. But the thing is, I've not heard like too many. There have been a few. I can tell you a lot more, but I'll chill out. Yeah. I'm talking too much. Yeah.
No, it's cool. I know we're talking about house sharing, housemates, but also I was just going to say, like, there was this one place that I moved in. It was like right on the top. It was a flat, converted, what do you call it? Like a roof. Not the roof.
Loft.
What's it? Loft. So it was a flat. So it was it was a 1-bed studio. No, 1-bed flat advertised. But then, like it had the the slanted ceilings because obviously I was in the
ones where
roof.
you go walk like that.
No. It was high enough for me to walk around and stuff. So I'm in there. I moved in around summertime. Olympics here in 2012. I moved in and, and then it starts to get cold, right? Yeah, it's now December. And it starts to get really, really cold. And I was like, what's going on? And then there's damp as well I could now start seeing damp in the lounge.
Yeah.
So I call the guy and I'm like, come sort the damp out because there's something not quite right with this thing. And I think Wangwa Snoggy said they hadn't put insulation in the roof. So, like it's kind of like a conservatory that's not been insulated. In summer, it's like boiling hot. But I didn't mind because it's summer, and I'm out and about and, whatever. But in winter, it's like freezing cold, right? Mm. So, and then also, like I said, there's this damp. So he fixes the damp and then he's like, oh, no, we'll get the roof sorted, blah, blah, blah. After about a month or so, anyway, my housemate, this really lovely guy, we used to have long chats. And then he told me a secret because the thing we had our washing machine thing was on the second floor, right? So he was like, "What I do?" I was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "What I do is I connect my plug." He bought a really long 10-meter something, right? Connected it to the socket washing machine, right? And then he would then connect his heaters in his room. Because the house, I think, generally was just cold.
Ah, right.
So I was like,
it was MacGyvering it.
It was MacGyvering. So I went and bought myself I can't remember if it was 20 meter or 10 meter or what. Connected as well. And then after that, winter was lovely.
All right. Okay.
I had it boiling hot in there.
Wait, so the house didn't have heating?
It didn't have heating.
How?
You see, this is the thing. When you move into houses, right?
Yeah.
You forget, especially if you move in around summertime, you don't check for these things.
So you just walked in like, oh.
So initially I was using my own heater, right? But then because the house was extremely cold, it was like the heat was on all the time. Magetsi, I had to pay for Magetsi because they weren't part of the deal. So that's why we MacGyvered.
Right. Okay. I don't know.
So my question to you guys is the houses that you've lived in, what was the state of those houses?
Excellent. I lived in excellent places. There was never be a time when I lived in a crap house. Never. I would never do that to myself.
I
did visit some other ones. Huh?
I've always had heating. Very weird company, but with heating.
I never lived in a rubbish house. I never wanted that though.
No, my house wasn't rubbish. If you went to view it, they'd painted everything was brand new. They had new sofas. No,
catfish.
But I'm just saying, as in, I was catfished basically. I wouldn't move into an evidently rubbish place.
I still need clarification. I'm sorry. This is just hard to imagine. I can understand that the house didn't have the heating on because, maybe heating is pricey or the house takes a little bit too much to heat up. Mm-hmm. You're saying the house had no central heating, as in no radiators? Or
I think it was because they'd converted the loft, right? There were heaters in the other areas.
Okay.
And you'd have thought that the heat would rise.
Yeah.
But
so
the loft had no heating, right? Okay.
Yeah, because they'd converted it. So maybe Bakate to get the pipes to the
into the loft.
Yeah.
It's a long thing.
Okay.
So they just said, so they had some separate heaters, like those oil heaters or something.
Yeah.
But then you'd have to use electricity. So
I know.
It wasn't great. And then also, I forgot that. So the neighbor who was downstairs, like directly under me, used to smoke, and the house rules was no smoking.
Yeah.
And because I was upstairs, the smoke would rise into my flat. Oh my days, that was
this is like a conundrum 101.
101 exactly.
Like, do I snitch, or do I just...
I did snitch. I had to. Because I wrote to the landlord. I said, no, your guy is smoking downstairs.
Oh God. Do I snitch, or do I just die of second-hand smoke?
And with the way I can't stand smoke. Yeah.
I probably would have snitched too.
Right.
I think,
especially if the contract says no smoking in the house,
and especially if I'm getting too much of the side effects. Like, if you are smoking and I'm not getting affected, then by all means, do whatever you want to do with your life, right? Mm-hmm. But if I'm smoking and all your smoke is just filtering into my room, we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
I've just remembered now. I had a housemate who was a masseuse. So actually I got one. I only got one free massage because she practiced. Check out one or two. Whenever she learned a new massage, she needed to practice because they'll get tested before they say they're certified. Free massage. That was...
Why didn't you get more, bruv?
Because she wasn't a nice person.
Oh.
You know what? I actually, before I said that thing about the masseuse, right? She had an argument. There was the Chinese guy. Is it Chinese guy? Yeah. Oh my God. Another Asian guy, Far East. I think he was Chinese, right? He was a scientist. They had an argument over something. I don't know what they are arguing about. And then she says, "Why don't you go back to where you came from?"
Oh.
That was it, man. I got so pissed off. And my Chinese guy was pissed off. I kind of regret not challenging her because I thought, look, it's not my business. But, you can argue, you can have differences, but you shouldn't have said that because you're living with a black guy and a Chinese guy, a Zimbabwean guy and a Chinese guy, and you're just British white woman, right? Yeah, so I don't know. I didn't like that. I think that was the only sort of terrible the incident that I had with a housemate. The one that I remember. Otherwise, everyone has been okay. I've had people have got their weird things, obviously, because I remember I used to live with a Nigerian landlord. That was fun. No, but he was a really, really nice guy.
Did you have jollof every day?
Nah, one time...
That would be the highlight of my time there.
One time, he cooked pumpkin, and then he says, put some, what do you say it? Some butter. Butter, yeah, butter. Do you know, I didn't know. Butter? Did you know butter? I said, I don't know butter. What is butter? You mean butter?
Mm.
You know, but that's not. It's just one of those funny things. It's not like but I think some of the people had horror stories though with housemates, but I didn't.
Yeah, I think I got lucky, to be honest. That house that I went in with random people, that's the one I was like the most scared of. But he ended up well, I think. I mean, I just had to suck it up, and I lived there for 6 months. It wasn't long.
Okay.
But after the 6 months, the contract was over. I moved out. I was like, I can't be cleaning every day. We had a rota for cleaning, but no one ever follows those things. I'm sure you guys know this.
Oh, my other house with cleaners. We had a cleaner who came to my house, and if I live somewhere that we had a cleaner, I used to get someone to clean for me. I pay for convenience.
I once had a cleaner. Like, the landlady was the one who got the cleaner, but this cleaner, she didn't move personal property.
Yeah,
you could tell she was hired by the landlady. So if she came and there was a plate on the table, she would not clean around. She would clean the table and she would remove that plate. She would keep that plate where it was.
So she cleaned around the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's your fault for leaving it.
She
If it was greasy, you find it there.
Yeah, she didn't do personal property. She did the landlady's property.
Yeah.
But not your personal things. Yeah.
Yeah,
So if the kitchen counter was full of things when she came to clean,
yeah,
the kitchen counter is not getting clean, mate.
Wow.
No, she had a cushy job.
Yeah.
Because she's still getting
What was she
paid.
cleaning then? So was she cleaning
The rest
like
of
the
the house.
bathroom?
The rest of the house.
As long as you're not leaving stuff where she has to clean.
But it makes sense though. Because people get funny, don't touch my stuff. You know, it's a big deal, isn't it?
No, plus, I guess the other thing was there were certain things that we were expected, your own personal things you're expected to tidy up yourself, clean your stuff, blah, blah, blah. So maybe that's why, but she just took it too far, man. She took it too far.
Well, I think, I don't know, I never had... I don't know. This thing about cleaning the house, yeah. I don't know. I that was never a big issue for me. Like I said, I think I was quite picky. And if I stayed somewhere, if I found a place that was decent, I just stayed there, never moved. Like I said, this place from 2008 to 2016, or something like that. Yeah, and he moved. I had to move out because the guy met a woman. You know?
This is giving deja vu.
Wow.
This is giving deja vu.
Deja vu.
Yeah. So, no, I think in the end, he wanted to rent his house to one person, right? He was tired of this thing of saying, "Oh, so is moving out and having to find someone." So he was like, "Look, I just want to have one person in this house," and then he got like an agent to find him someone. So that time I moved to a place in Guildford City Centre. Oh, beautiful place. It was like, nice little place. After about 2 months, the landlady says, "Oh, I'm moving to Spain." Like, you knew? You don't just decide to, So then she was saying, "Oh, don't you have friends? You can rent the whole house." It was a 5-bedroom house in Guildford. Guildford is expensive. Oh, a 6-bedroom house. I'm like, I'm not finding 5 other people who pay lots of money to live in this house in Guildford, so I had to move out. I moved to a village the best place I have lived was this village in Guildford as well, which was called Wood Green Village, and that. The advert for a housemate by the landlady said, someone who can occasionally go to the pub with.
Oh.
I think she was a bit, lonely. The mister had left and stuff like that. Like, oh, go to the pub, not a problem. Just say when.
Was she paying?
It was just cheap. Yeah, it was nice. And sometimes I used to walk her dog, which was like she would go on holiday and say, "I'm going on holiday. Can you look after my dog for 1 week off for rent?"
Is this
sure,
the dog that
I'll do
appeared
that.
in a film?
Yeah.
Is this the dog that appeared in a film?
The dog that appears in the film. Yeah. Right. That's the one. And so I was doing a driving job then. I'd go around in a van with the dog.
Hello.
You're a proper British mate.
Where? Yeah.
Man with a dog in a van.
Man with a dog in a van. Just make sure it was a greyhound. The dog was a greyhound. It was a retired racer. So those dogs, when they stop racing, they kill them.
Is it?
Yeah.
If they're still racing, they kill them. What do you mean?
No. When the greyhounds, when they stop racing, they just kill them.
That's dark.
So what they tend to do is people tend to adopt them, stop them from being killed. Yeah, because these guys, they're looking for money. They're going to look after a dog that doesn't race.
Yeah.
Yeah. So That's harsh. It's not like a horse. A horse, maybe they might keep.
Yeah.
And
But
then
a dog?
because if you keep the non-racing dogs, after a while you're gonna have millions of dogs.
Yeah.
Don't know about millions, MK, but
Well,
No, this is actually said. This is one of those things where I never realized. I didn't know that I didn't know about this.
yeah. Well, I think it's because dogs live for quite a while, isn't it? But
Yeah.
they don't rest for a long time.
yeah. Especially greyhounds because they grow so quickly.
They grow so quick. And greyhounds, that dog was always sleeping, almost always sleeping. But that's what greyhounds do. They've got so much energy for a short distance, like cheetahs. Just, you know.
I used to. I once moved in with a couple. The guy was alright. As in,
Okay.
would I choose him to be a friend of mine? No, I wouldn't.
No.
But he was civil with me.
Mm.
The girlfriend was always picking a fight, mate.
With who? With you or with him?
Yes. If basically she wanted to act as if I wasn't living in that house. I think she lost a battle or something, or I don't know. Like
Yeah.
they only needed me because they needed somebody to foot part of the rent or something. But she really didn't want anybody in that space. So basically, she would make these arbitrary rules of, if I'm cooking in the kitchen, it's my time to cook, don't come in the kitchen. I'm like, no, because I don't know how long you're going to be. I can't be waiting there, you know.
And it's a communal space. It's,
Well,
Exactly.
she-
And you
You know.
knew that I would need to eat to sustain my life when you put out an advert for me to move into this house, okay? I just didn't wake up and decide to invade on your space.
Was it their house? Or they were also...
I mean, I can only guess that it was their house because one time the guy was changing tiles in the bathroom.
Okay. Because I thought it might be a case of what they wanted was what? Someone to share their... Like, like a sort of subletting. Like
I mean,
they-
it could have been subletting.
but if they're changing tiles, it probably their house.
I mean, it could have been subletting. I can't be 100% sure because, I wasn't looking into these things. All I needed was a place to put my head, and they were advertising, and that's how we met.
Yeah, but I would think that sharing a house, I think couples shouldn't share a house.
I
No?
mean, now I would agree with you. Before I would say,
as a married man,
anything goes.
imagine another third person, a third adult in there.
Just thinking about.
No, because the dynamics are they're just weird.
Yeah, because I remember like if I live in a house, we would live in bedrooms, but the lounge was always available. But in some places, someone will be living in the lounge, so all you have is either your bedroom, your kitchen, or the toilet. That's it, or the passage. I don't know how people would live in such a place. I would never do that. I could never do that.
But I've also known people who had a communal living room, which was basically a ghost town, as in
No one went there.
Yeah, you'd get in there and there was all sorts of tumbleweed blowing around in there because the place was always virtually like a ghost town. There's nobody in the living room. Everybody they went to the kitchen literally out of necessity because you're gonna have to use the kitchen at some point. And back up to their rooms.
Especially like I remember when it's mostly like people who work in care, like fellow Africans, I guess, right? They never used to see each other, and if you're home, you're resting, and people just lock themselves in their rooms. I don't know. It was just a weird. It's always been like a strange dynamic for me.
Can I just ask the two of you? I know Mchengeti, your answer is no, but Laurie, I think your answer would be no as well. But did you guys ever rent in Zimbabwe?
I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't allowed to.
I know. Obviously, it's 20 years of migrant, but my whole because I'm just thinking now. Oh yeah, my first housemate, but no, I had housemates in Zimbabwe, bruv. When I had my first job in Zim, and I moved from this one town in Masvingo to Chiredzi. Yeah. But what made me think of it is what you were saying, MK, about cooking and having to wait for this woman to finish cooking.
Yeah.
In Zimbabwe, if you rent a room, that's your room. You cook in it.
You put a newspaper on the wall.
Yeah. You have a 2-plate stove that you attach, or a gas stove of some sort. You wash your dishes in there. The only thing you share is the toilet, because obviously you can't really have.
What about the kitchen, though? You never went to the kitchen.
Sorry?
The kitchen.
No, because the houses would be there'll be someone who rents the house plus one, the kitchen and one room will be someone's.
Oh
and
my
then,
God!
Depending on where you are, so I had.
Oh, so you could say I want to rent a room in the kitchen.
Yeah, you'd have the kitchen. So there was a lady who was already in this house, and she had the kitchen and another room, which was closer to the toilet. Right, I had a bedroom and the lounge. So I had 2 rooms, and I turned the lounge into my
kitchen. Kitchen
diner / lounge. So I had my 2-plate stove, and I had, and obviously my bedroom was my bedroom. But I don't think I would ever have been able to have my cooking there, my what. But people do that in Zim,
I think it's before, because I wasn't.
Especially now, I'm sure people are struggling.
I wasn't allowed to move because of my mom was like, you can't move on and live alone before you got married.
No, that's funny.
But I was like, no, I am moving out. I remember going to a place in where was this? It's Sunningdale. I don't remember where I went to. Right near Harare, the city center, just maybe 10 minutes away. And the woman was showing me the house. She was like, "Oh, this is the place you can cook in the kitchen." I could cook in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Then I said, "Oh, can my girlfriend come and visit?" She was like, "Yeah, she can come visit, but make sure it's just one girlfriend. We don't want this house to be like a bus stove."
From what I've heard that they in Zimbabwe they want to control too many aspects of your life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, telling you, you can only rent this place if you're married.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or if you go to church.
Yeah. Do you?
But the funny thing is the sharing of the bills. Here it's so much easier because you just. I don't know. I guess people get paid, and it's easier to just share bills. It's part of the thing. Or sometimes you move into a place where the bills are included, so you don't have to worry about it. But I remember this because there were 3 women living in the house. So the lady who came in last after me, she had the first room and the other lounge. I guess I don't know. I think there are 2 lounges. But my entrance, I had to pass through her lounge to get to mine, which was in the middle. But she never used to pay her electric. And she just didn't. So myself and the other neighbor, the one who was in first, we always used to have discussions and, in the back corner talking about, how is she not paying? What can we do? Should we tell the landlord? All this drama. Again. And I was like, and this was my first time sort of having left home, like my parents' place, and I'm living this drama, and I'm like, what's going on? That was interesting.
But
trying to come to a compromise with people.
So were you dividing the bills by 3, like an equal split 3? Okay, that's fine. But then if she's not paying her thing for this month, by the time the next bill comes next month, you'll have her part.
What the agreement was, right? You divide the bill by 3, and then people go and pay at the council, right? But then the bill would come and be like, how come the bill's not 0?
She wasn't paying a portion. So that's, how do you know it was there? Maybe your friend wasn't the one. Is the one.
No. She was.
She was like, you never know. Like, if I don't pay, you never know.
No, we knew it was that other lady, but She's the one who introduced me to Thomas Mapfume as well, the one at the back.
I never rented in Zim because they.
You were like 5.
They got me from. They had to come and get me from school for me to get on the plane. You're laughing
you were
now,
in high school.
Yeah, you're laughing now,
okay.
But it was such a big deal when I had to leave school because my cousin is the one who came to get me.
Okay.
And my cousin was a hothead. And one of my teachers was saying, Mchengeti can't go because he's broken this burette, some long, glassy science thing. He needs to pay.
We'll pay you back, right?
I think it was like 3 million Zimbabwean dollars or something silly money like that.
Oh, you were, oh gosh.
I never lived that life.
Did you have the bearer checks and everything? Oh my goodness,
man.
You were in that life. Jeez.
I never lived that life.
And then my cousin was like, "Nah, fam, we're not paying that. So I don't know who you think's gonna pay that, but we're not gonna pay."
They're gonna keep you there.
And they will say, "If you don't pay, we won't give him a reference letter."
Coming here, what would that reference letter have done? Now
Listen,
you know.
You know, and the way I've never needed a reference letter from that school. Even so, when I came here and had to finish high school, the next high school I went, they didn't even bother asking me for a reference letter or anything like that.
Exactly, that's what I was saying. What help would that have done?
You know what? This reference letter thing was a big deal with him, wasn't it? Like, I would give you a reference letter. It's like getting a job. You know how we get a job here. No one will say, "Oh, you went to school this. Oh, let me see your certificate." No one cares.
No,
certified copies of your certificates.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that was even a job, wasn't it?
I remember there was people who were commissioner of oaths. Remember? Mm-hmm. Like there would be like it was.
You mean
business.
Was there is?
Still is.
Mm-hmm. My dad is a commissioner of oaths.
So he's rolling in it. People come to his house and has he got a stamp?
No, he when he had an office back in the day, people would come in and get their things stamped.
Stamp.
Yeah, man. You literally have to take your stamp from the safe place that you keep it.
Yes.
Because you can't be letting that piece of equipment fall into the wrong hands.
But how do we know that is, because anyone can make a stamp. Anyone could make a stamp, isn't it? And be commissioner of like we just trusted, like, because they put a sign, isn't it? Commissioner of oaths. We never knew, like, what made you commissioner of oaths though?
The thing is, if somebody wanted to really check the authenticity of your commissioner of oaths, they would probably find a place where they can check that.
Yeah, that's true.
But the thing is, by the time you get a stamped thing, commissioner of oaths, that's it for you. But I remember those guys that used to sell stamps in the street in Harare. And you could literally, they'd have just random stamps in it.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted the custom one made, then you would tell them what you wanted your stamp to say.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I never thought of it. Only now I'm thinking, like, these guys, we're trusting them.
Yeah.
No, but the few that I went to had some type of I don't know, education, I guess. And
how do you know?
No, I'm just saying, as in, like, I remember before my dad was one, there was a guy in the city we lived in that was, he would do it from his house, and and would be wearing a suit and tie. And
okay. I think what you need is to ask your dad, how did he become a commissioner?
I will. That's my homework when I go back to Zim. How do I become a commissioner? That's what I want to know. I'm gonna roll in it.
just stamping, Because I was so bringing people raise their hand up like that, depending on the documentation.
Oh,
like, I swear this is truthful or something. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
And you're all queuing to get our things stamped.
I've never done that, but yeah, that's renting for you in Zim anyway. and house sharing and oh my gosh, dramas. But yeah.
Yeah, I think in Zim, I can't really compare my experience because I only went to look for one place to live, and then moved
Then you were
here.
told no.
I was told no, but I went to look for a place anyway, right?
Okay.
And then I came here.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. So now I wanted some freedom and stuff like that. Yeah.
Hey, but you did well though, because you moved when you were what, 26? 25.
25.
Okay. So a good 7 years after.
No,
high
but
school.
you know what? Like, it's the epilepsy thing as well. That was the thing for my mom. She was like, "Oh, what if something happens to you when you're living by your lonesome?" It's like, well.
So she wanted a wife for you.
She wanted
to
a
take
wife
care
to
of
look
you.
after me.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I understand. I understand. Actually, that's really sweet of your mom.
and protective.
No, because when I grew older, right,
caring.
it started happening at night. When I was sleeping at night, usually. It was when I was sleeping,
Yeah.
I started getting these convulsions and stuff.
Oh, okay.
When I was sleeping, yeah. So just want to freak somebody out. Someone next to me.
Has anyone got any housemates they're friends with up until now? I mean, I've told you already, my one housemate. But then, like I said, I knew her from school anyway.
So I mean, we're not friends, but occasionally we'll say hi in the group from the house where there was 5
in
of
the
us,
Facebook streets.
and there was the girl with the dead animals. But I don't think she's part of the group. I think we made a new group and then we just forgot to invite her to that group. Yeah.
You should look for her and find out what she's doing.
How do you have a group? That sounds like a lot of people you're still friends with.
Nah, I mean, it's just occasional. Nothing like, you know. But that girl, yeah, honestly, there was something wrong. I don't know what it was, but there was something wrong. She once went missing.
Say what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the police had to look for her and everything, and they found her.
Right.
They found her. Obviously.
Okay.
Where was she and what was she doing?
I mean, I don't remember the specifics of how that happened. And then a little while after I moved out, I saw her advertising that on Facebook, I'm going to I think it was Thailand. I'm going to Thailand, blah 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 blah. So I'm thinking, nice cushy holiday. Everybody deserves some holidays. Did she not go missing in Thailand? The government had to get involved.
No.
I'm telling you. I am telling you.
She was supposed to come back and then people were like, but she's not back yet. How did they find out?
Oh, she went missing in Thailand. Maybe she went with some people.
But how did you guys know though? Because...
Well, I knew because I saw she had gone to Thailand. But I then saw a story be posted about her missing in Thailand.
In Thailand. Bloody hell. So she's got form, hasn't she? Maybe is she missing? Was she found then? She came back.
I think they found her, man. But I'm gonna.
This man doesn't care.
No. I'm sure they found her, but because after
she's not in the chat group anymore, so we're not sure.
She's in the group. We can't keep tabs on everybody.
What about you, Laurie?
Well, I haven't spoken to Pav in a while.
Okay.
I haven't spoken to Pav in a while. Yeah, I think she's the only one.
Because we went to the wedding, didn't we?
Yeah, I went to the wedding. Yeah, I think it's a few years ago. So it's only a few... who else? Nobody else. The other lady, the one I used to go to the pub with, the landlady, because of reasons, I had to run away from my house.
We want to know those reasons. We can't just say because of reasons.
I had to run away, but I did say goodbye to her.
Was she coming on to you? Or?
No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. Come on, she was much older than me.
So what are these reasons?
So what made you run?
Made you run?
Well, I was...
Why are you running?
You ran without saying goodbye.
Look, I was sent a letter by,
okay. All right, that's okay.
So I had to make a move.
Oh, God.
I was like, okay, I have to leave before they come looking for me.
Oh God!
Oh man!
They didn't come looking for me, but I was just like, taking precautions before I sort myself out. Like, I've got to go.
Oh, man. So yes, so like what I know. I said there was no issues with my housemate when I moved in, which there wasn't. But there was this one time when the police came knocking on the door. And both of us were, like in your situation.
My situation now.
In your situation, right?
Okay.
And, oh my God, we looked at each other like, what the hell? Like, what are we going to do? And then I remember standing, because I was in my bedroom, and my bedroom was the one that faced the street. So I went and I tried to peek, like out the window, like there was a little lace curtain, right?
Yeah.
And
they're looking at you.
And the police, what they do is one will be by the door, one will be looking at the windows, one will be. So they saw the flick of the window, like yes, you come down.
Oh my God! What were you looking for?
No, they were looking for the previous renter. I think they came twice. The first time it was a big shock for both of us, but the second time we're like, okay, we were relaxed. They're looking for this guy, but after that, I think they didn't bother coming back because we lived there for about 3 years. So yeah, but the first time, I'm sure my housemate must have been like, what have I got myself into? But yeah,
right.
Story and a half.
Okay, I think that's it for today. Yeah. MK, what you say?
I'm agreeing with you.
You know what? You sent me a message. You say it's bedtime. It's 5 to 11 on a Friday, bruh. You're young.
I'm not that young. I'm not that young.
He sent a message on your phone to tell you to shut this thing down.
Shut it down.
Guys,
shut it down, bruv. Shut it down.
Why are you?
Are we boring you, MK?
Why are
no,
you
he's been yawning for you.
Listen,
you're not coming back to our podcast, mate.
6:30. I was on the sofa sleeping, and then I woke up. That's when I rang you earlier, Laurie.
Yeah.
Because man, I don't even know what happened. My whole body had just shut down.
Oh, bless you.
Wait, are you not? Are you 40 yet? You're not even 40, bro.
Bro.
Are you close? Are you close?
You didn't hear what I said. I said it was raining and I got cold. I was on the roof mending gutters in the cold, freezing rain. Yeah.
Ah, right. This is why I pay for.
Can you come and fix our gutters? We'll pay you.
I now know. Yeah.
You know
how to clean gutters and how to even install them. Honestly.
Oh, bless you. You did a good job, mate. Well done.
Anyways, please invite me to your podcast next time when you talk about people getting scammed in the UK.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
We might do a four people chat, I think.
I got scammed by a workman. Man came to see the gutters to say, "Oh, we'll clean them for you." Did he not clean them? Did he just get himself on the roof and then walked away? And I paid him.
Oh. And then do you know what? I had this very thought because we've got Nathan, our roofer, but he also cleans gutters.
Our roofer, do you hear that?
Yes,
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got him on speed dial. Anyway, but then it had me thinking, these people, they come and they say, "Oh yeah, we've cleaned your gutters." Have they?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Nah, for me, we always get people who come out, go on the stairs. So there's something wrong with your roof. They go up and cause more damage.
Yeah.
They show you pictures like, "Oh, your roof is damaged. Look."
Yeah.
It cost you 14,000.
So this guy, the sad part about this guy who scammed me, right, is for argument's sake, we'll say I was meant to pay him 135 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I took the money out of the ATM. It's 140.
Yeah.
Right. So I go, fam, I can't give you, I haven't got a fiver. So it's going to have to be 130. And then he gave me some spiel about, oh, what about my kids? Oh, la, 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 you know what, just do the fiver for me kids, innit? And I gave him the extra fiver for his kids.
For not cleaning
Hold on. MK, how much did he charge you to clean your gutters?
135.
Yeah.
They charge 10 quid for gutter clearing.
Did I know
Okay,
this?
now you're breaking this mindset.
No.
Okay.
Was he fixing?
Okay.
Okay. It's
This-
better.
this-
It's better.
in the
now
next
it's
episode-
better.
In the next
Better.
episode, we'll talk about gutter clearing.
I need to. I've got some crying to do after this phone call.
Yeah, you know.
You were definitely scammed. You're scammed double.
Honestly.
£10 for 14 times. But anyway, okay. So thank you for coming, MK. We'll have you back.
Thank you.
There's so many more episodes to come. Usually, I say usually, I was going to do a quiz. And this life in the UK. Next time there will be a quiz. I'll ask you some questions from that book. So you have to study how much you know about life in the UK. All right. So anyway, thank you for listening. You'll be able to send, what do you call it? There'll be a phone number in the description somewhere, so you can send a WhatsApp message, voice notes actually, not WhatsApp message, just voice notes. There'll be details in the description. All right, so thank you very much for listening. I'm saying it again, isn't it? It's an echo. Just to blame on the echo. Okay, bye.
Bye.